Black, it crossfades back to showing you guys doing all sorts of varied things with your histories thereby. As you take on various jobs, maybe with the Purple Dragons, maybe not. As you move on with your years afterwards, as each of you carries forth with your own individual stories, the story here of 100,000 gold comes to a close.
So depressing.
But we survived it.
We did survive.
Was a sweet ass story. But it is the end of this campaign, gentlemen. Quite literally.
What?
Oh, they're sweet.
Oh, man.
That was awesome, though.
Yeah.
That was the whole of the story. As you guys.
By the way, again, fuck Crow.
End of chapter 1.
I mean, you guys got what you wanted. Serena just went full murder with Crow.
Yeah. The Crow took like 4 guiding bolts to the face.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I hate to do this. I'm literally retiring Thursdays for a while.
Oh.
Because the end of the story. I'm sorry, guys.
Will you
But,
let us know if I had to pick it back up?
Maybe one day. Today's not that day. Tomorrow, next week won't be. I'm
Well,
sorry.
You've been picking up a lot of extra days, though, man, haven't you?
I've been,
keep getting notifications.
I started doing Sundays. It's gonna be a short-lived thing. It's just a favor for a friend type thing. I'm trying to shrink it back down for a little while, take a breather, and get some shit done for myself there. I can't do 3-4 games a week. But more to the point, it's not even about that. I want you to know, it's not about that shit. It isn't. Because I absolutely loved this campaign. It's just, it is at the point it's ended, you know. And when a movie ends or a story's supposed to come to a close, that's it. And I think that this was an absolutely wicked adventure. And I honestly, I hate to end it in such a fashion, but I love ending it, on the note. Whatever your characters do, they're pretty much set for life. And you got options on both sides. You can find bodyguard work with Roderick. You can, go and work for the Purple Dragons. You can probably get a job with Zentarum if you really wanted. They heard about you at this point.
To not do that. I'd probably be the most set. Well, me and Rez would probably be the most set in that setup too. But
there's opportunities. The world's full of them. But I think this was a wicked story. This was amazing, actually, for as far as any campaign that I've put on so far. Pat on my back, damn. And you guys played an amazing role, each one of you, throughout the whole thing, from however many months. What have you been playing? 6 months? 8 months now? Damn.
6 or more.
Justin, what'd you like? What did you hate? What was your favorite part, and what'd you like the least?
My favorite part, I wrote it down. Oh, this is for Tomas. That was my favorite part. I think Serena said that on her final kill. That was my favorite part. The end has to be the part I dislike the most. But I mean, at the same time, for the past month and a half, 2 months, I have 2 buddies that are like, "Can you run a game for us?" I'm like, on Thursdays when my game ends, sure. So I've kind of also been waiting for this to end because
there you go.
You know, but there's been no come on, let's end this thing.
Well, no, but there you go. You're available to do it now, and you can do it having learned everything you learned here.
Yeah, I've ran games before. I have hella shit. I have Dwarven Forge shit, a bunch of minis, and a bunch of crap.
Well, everything that you've learned here, all the same. God damn it!
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right on. Sean, would you like a James Bruce at least?
This has been fantastic. It was a great reintroduction, to get through quarantine, to get back up to speed so I could teach my kids.
You're spoiled, by the way. You're not spoiled for life. You're welcome.
Yeah, I know it's not going to happen all the time. I do hope that maybe someone in the group will pick up another day so I can continue on with it. But no, it has been fantastic, man. I can't thank you guys enough. I think the ending is bittersweet, but it was definitely exciting getting down to it and getting it all done. If you ever decide to look for somebody to fill in, please always give a holler. Samwise and Finn will always be missed, and hopefully he gets back.
They were great fucking players. Like,
Yeah.
man, I will segue just for a brief moment. You can continue a second. I just want to say, like, as far as coming from the internet, it's what I love about sourcing people from the internet. And people are like, oh, you just get people from the internet? And fuck yeah, you get people from the internet. Because why? They're people who want to play.
Yeah.
That makes the world a difference. You know, it
Yeah.
makes such a fucking
Finn
difference.
was great with his. His role playing was fantastic. Samwise definitely backed his stuff up. If they ever come back and we can get the crew back together, and it was really cool. I mean, Serena, it was cool having Charles in here and Emilio and filling in and helping to round it out and being a tank to help us get through it. So
Yeah,
it
sorry
was-
for the short-lived experience, Amelia. Just casual. As you were then, Sean?
No, just like I said, let me know. I mean, it's been great to get back into it, and I'd love to continue on. And
Well, for sure.
yeah, a lot of
And I'll
fun.
leave the
Thank you,
I'll
man.
leave the
It's
door
been a lot.
open. I'll leave the door open on my Sunday game if anybody wants to come into a kind of evil campaign. We'll talk about that later. But with that said, Ricky, what's up? What'd you like? What'd you hate? What'd you rub us least?
What I like. I like how intricate things were. I liked finally getting to a point where we can, have characters that can do stuff. You know what the best thing it was? The dice rules tonight
Yeah.
were freaking incredible. Like,
It was fucking epic everywhere. It was retarded epic everywhere. It was
Yeah.
sick.
yeah, it was. I feel like like the rug was pulled out from under me with the sudden ending, and then it's like, oh, not going any further. So having it's like finishing a really good book, right? You don't want it to end, and hopefully there's another book that comes up. So it's kind of like that side of things. So that would be what I like the least. But I appreciate the living heck out of the game. This was fun. Like this is great.
Cheers, brother. Yeah, you said that last session is the more of a dungeon crawl, like what I'm doing with everybody else. More of a dungeon crawl sort of experience. But when you've got a good core group, and we had an amazing core group. Like, I'll be honest, when the online game started out, it was kind of just a bullshit thing, right? What were you doing? What was your first mission, if you recall? Do you remember what your first job was?
Yeah,
I
it was.
wasn't even here, Dave.
Yeah, it was just we were guards for the cart for Bart and Burgess.
And so this whole thing just spiraled out, where I was like, okay, this can happen, and then this can happen, this can happen. This story just kind of flourished from there. Just
Or
from
went
like
sideways at the
intention.
hospital.
Oh, when the hospital happened? Oh yeah, so as the
Yeah.
credits are rolling here in this aftermath scene, there's gonna be like camera cuts that show different parts of the countryside. And you can see Roderick sits on his patio and he just stares out across at the street. It crossfades to show Deadlock as the hot dog guy, the guy who fries grits and meats outside the village, sits there staring up towards the hill. Sorry, was it the hospital at Deadlock? No, it was it was at Deadlock, wasn't it? Hospital at Deadlock?
Weimu?
Yeah, it
Deadlift.
was-
Wait, was it Deadlock or Weimu?
I thought it was Waymoon.
It wasn't Weimu?
No, it was
It was-
Deadlock.
it was Deadlock,
After we
right.
went to Waymoon.
So as I was saying, the frying guy sitting there, he's talking to some customers and he's pointing up towards the hill where you can see a brand new hospital built.
Well, I left 200 gold for that hospital to be built, man.
There's a sign sitting outside and it shows the sigil of the Iron Throne upon it, sponsored by.
Bastard stole
Stole your thunder.
I'm the one who gave it. Yeah, I'm the one who stole my thunder. Good job.
It cuts across you guys. I mean, what
Aldous
would
looking at a picture, contemplating asking it the next question.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, we still have that dragons thing. Like, you can't let this gold
that
go to waste,
portrait,
dude.
right? Fuck, you got that still. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. It's like when you save all the potions till the end of the game. What
Yeah,
does Doc do in his
yeah.
future?
Like somebody comes up with a lottery.
What's the show Doc doing in the after credit scenes?
Oh dear lord! Like I am setting up a small band of thieves to just lightly lift things going along. I hate the fact that I didn't get a chance to do more of that behavior, but moving into the fire, fire and hide was good for the character and what he had to do. No, it was good. Like, and I gotta say, it was good to have you question me when it was, why would you go back? Why would you feel, given what your character's background is, why would you feel you had to go back? And it made me think about it. That, the 2 weeks of thinking about why we walked away from the scene with Serena, and leaving Aldous and Rez. I mean, there was a lot to this story that got people involved, got me involved. So, yeah, it was great.
Right on, man.
Yeah, I got really emotionally attached to this character.
Aldous would like to spread the word of becoming vegan in his later days.
He's summarily assassinated? No. What about Resvin? What's Resvin doing with his future? What would it show him doing in the after credit scene?
You know what? Looking for more adventure. I would probably try and convince at least Doc, probably Doc and Aldous if possible. I would mention it to the rest, but I think like Serena would be wrapped up with Rotherick, and Carradine would probably stay with Serena.
Fair enough. And
But-
would you guys stick
and
with?
go chase after Iago.
Would you guys stick with Resvin, or would you
I
care
would
to
go.
go?
I would go try to find Iago with Resvin.
All right, fair enough.
Definitely. But yeah, just random crap. But like along the way, just like I said, spreading the word of veganism, letting people know.
It's hilarious. Amelia, what'd you like? What'd you hate? What'd you part? What'd you least? And what would your character be doing in the after credits scene?
So I gotta give it up to you. This was an incredible campaign. Even though it came in a little bit late, I still got attached to my character, and moments I was playing was really, really intense. Like that final battle there, people kept dropping, people kept coming back up. This was happening, that was happening. It was so intense trying to keep track of what was going on. Had a blast, honestly. This is a
Dude,
great campaign.
when you did that potion thing, I was just like, you're a dick. But that's exactly
It
He
was
had more.
that's exactly the right move. And
He
I'm
has a
like,
bandolier of
was.
3, so he
Yeah.
had one on him. I forgot to mention. So there's one more greater healing potion on him if you want to keep that for your character.
Yeah,
That
I
was
was
like-
just like I'm like, that's the right thing, and I'm like,
It was
can't
so
question it.
fun. It was just like a boss fight. That's exactly what you want out of a big boss fight.
Yeah.
I'm glad you.
Well,
I'm glad you
top
consider
that
it
up.
so. It always sucks
I
when
don't
you.
think-
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't
Sorry.
think anybody's asked yet, duly.
Yeah.
What you hate, what you like, what you love, what you detest.
Well, I go last. I mean, really, I go last.
Yeah. So Serena,
In
so
the
Serena, I
whole
think
thing,
would
the
be
whole
next.
Brady Bunch circle of our squares, I think I go last.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen.
Oh, fair enough. But I was just saying, my man, Amelia, what'd you like the least in this session?
Honestly, what I like the least is that I came in so late and I didn't get to experience more of the story. But, it's bittersweet. And it sounds like you had a great thing going here. And like I said, you're an incredible DM, man. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to play with this.
A pleasure. My esteemed pleasure, honestly. Again, the invite's open for Sunday if you guys want to come in and add some character. It'll end up being like an 8-player game, I swear, but it'll be fine. I'll be fine with it.
I swear.
It's my absolute maximum is 8 players. I will never go over 8 players for no reason. But anyway, moving along. What does your character do in the after credit scene?
Harry is definitely taking up that offer to rejoin up the Purple Dragons. He's going to feel right at home with them.
Done and done.
All this is going to caution Carradine on the Zents and their involvement that I've noticed.
Mm.
Not tell you to stay away, just keep an open eye on those things.
Yeah, Karen will definitely pick Mrs. Ward on that.
As you walk in, almost immediately, as you walk into office, almost immediately you're offered a range of options in career. And just briefly, if you want, you can stay in Arabelle as assistant marshal. You can go deputy marshal, or a deputy marshal. There's only one. You can go to Suzail, and you'll be assistant to the hand, as it were. Or you can go to Marsembar, where they need a captain of the Navy, and they'll train you.
Yeah, Karen's like Navy training. Look at that.
And so it is. The camera pans against the gates to watch you on a cart as you make your way out. It is a military cart, similar as this one. As you're sitting astride the driver, making your way out with some cargo, headed for parts unknown. Charlie, what'd you like? What did you hate? What was your part? What was your least? And what is Serena doing in the after-credit scene?
First of all, just loved the whole campaign, start to finish. My favorite bit of this last session was just 1 HP, killed the troll, killed the boss. That was so hype. Yeah, just so much fun. Just the combat was like the perfect closing boss fight. Yeah, just loved the story, start to finish. The least favorite part was just the bittersweet ending. Like the ending itself was great, but just the fact that it concluded is sad. But yeah, no, it was great. And as for what Serena's doing from here on out, I guess she confronted Roderick about the massacre of the goblinoids that he apparently bankrolled. And seeing this and being a bit disillusioned by that, but seeing that her contract is through, she is going to decline his offer to re-enlist as his bodyguard, going to decline the offer to join the Purple Dragons, and is going to take all that she learned, go back to her tribe, and challenge the chieftain that killed her father for leadership, to take them in a new direction.
The scene shows all this with Roderick sitting on his patio, watching as you saddle up the horse he gives you. You refuse the cart, obviously, because you're heading off into the mountains. You take the steed. The saddlebags are elegant, supple leather, the finest that money can buy. The horse is shoed by the finest smith in town. And the bit and bridle, the leathers that strap around, are etched and engraved by caring, loving artisans, such that only Suzail can offer. And as it shows you carry off into the hills, the scene ends with as you finish off with a swing of your blades. Oh, and also on your way out, you buy yourself a set of twin scimitars that you get on discount. So much as you wanted there, you also find that they are magical for no good reason. Actually, you know what? Roderick gives you one, and you find the matching one at a pawn shop. There you go. So, just as you requested, finally you get it. Remember, cool people don't ask for the rule of cool. It happens naturally from your inspirations. I meant to say that earlier, but regardless, that happens. As the camera pans away from the scene of you standing over the chieftain with your two blades, each of them with blood dripping off, it crossfades from that to show you seated
I do spare his life.
Sorry?
I do spare his life. Non-lethal is now the way of the tribe.
Oh, that's fine. You give a crisscross across his chest such that it's not lethal, but it is deadly. Anyway, point being though, is as it pulls back from you and then crossfades to show you seated as a pair of studly Orcan fellas place a crown upon your head and a fucking footrest underneath your feet. And the one sets to rubbing your feet ever so vigorously as the other one stands beside you, elegantly and full of authority. And from there, in Crossfades 2, I love this campaign. What I like, what I hate, was the least Dooley.